We back. Onyx podcast, let me get right. There ain't really nothing been happening since Cat Williams broke the internet, man, you know what I'm saying? A lot of shit here and there, but nothing really to talk about. So, but I will tell you this, I've been real busy, man, you know what I'm saying? I had wrote this book called The Story of Back the Fuck Up, and I thought it was finished, you know what I'm saying? Back the Fuck Up is Onyx's first album. The first album that went double platinum in 6 weeks with songs like Slam and Throw Your Guns and Shifty. That album, Back the Fuck Up, there's a story for that album because that album was part of the hip hop culture shifting. Like, we shift the culture for real. Like, Onyx shift the fucking culture. We was part of the shift, part of the leaders of the new school. Shout to Busta Rhymes and, you know what I'm saying, leaders of the new school, because they were really the set off for the new school in New York. You know what I'm saying? Leaders of the new school. They were the leaders of the new school. You know what I'm saying? So, hold up. You gotta vibe out for a minute. So yeah, leaders of the new school, man. They were the start of the shit. So I thought the book was finished, right? I thought it was finished. I was like, yo, this shit is done. I love it the way it is. I wrote it. See, me coming from doing movies and, you know, reading a lot of scripts, I kind of wrote it like a script. You know what I'm saying? With people saying what they said in the conversation. That's how I wrote this shit, you know what I'm saying? But I had to really go deep and dig into the details of the story because everything that happened before the album was made up to how the album was made. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought the book was finished, but I had to look back and I was like, yo, I didn't even explain to people how I got the name Fredro. You know what I'm saying? How did I fucking get the name Fredro? And how did I get the name Fredro Star? Like, all of those details down to, because my name wasn't Fredro. It didn't start off as Fredro Star. You know what I'm saying? My name started off as Fredro. You know what I'm saying? Southside, Jamaica, Queens, everybody started calling me Fredro. You know what I'm saying? And that shit stuck with me, even though I hated the name. You know what I'm saying? And I used to rap in Baisley Park, South Jamaica, Queens. I used to rap in the park. I was one of the little kids that got under the ropes to actually get the mic from the OG niggas. The OG niggas like Spank G, a nigga named Dada Rock. And on the Wheels of Steel, there was Grandmaster Vic. You know what I'm saying? So I was one of the kids who they let, you know what I'm saying, get on that mic. Me, my name was Cool Fredro at the time. Cool Fredro, because they was calling me Fredro, you know, playing football, basketball in the park. Hey, yo, Fredro, like, the shit just was like my name, you know what I'm saying? And this is even before cutting hair. This is early, you know what I'm saying? This is like 15 years. I wasn't even cutting hair on Jamaica Ave or any place yet in Queens. That came a little bit later. But the story I was saying is like my name, I didn't write it even in Sticky Fingers' name. How did Sticky Fingers get his name? See, Sticky Fingers went through, it wasn't just Sticky Fingers when he was first started rapping. Like, I had to give everybody that whole details, you know, how me and Big DS first met. You know, rest in peace to Big DS, which is the founding member of Onyx with myself. We started this shit together, me and Big DS. You know what I'm saying? This is even before Suave came from Brooklyn. We was already rhyming and doing our thing already. You know what I'm saying? Suave came a little bit later. You know what I'm saying? Me and Big DS, we already was, you know, having little battles in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? With Carlton and them niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? We was already in this shit already. You know what I'm saying? Niggas will watch karate flicks on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? The karate flicks came on 3 o'clock. After that shit, everybody came outside like they knew karate. Niggas was kicking each other, fucking, yo, that shit was crazy. Like, those were the times, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that all came full circle to who I am. You know what I'm saying? The karate flicks, all that shit was part of growing up, part of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's crazy. We was influenced by Bruce Lee coming up, like Bruce Lee, you know. Why you think they got the Wu-Tang Clan? Them niggas is from my era, and we was heavily influenced by martial arts movies and shit like that. Niggas was doing flying kicks, flying in the air, and all this crazy sound effects. Like, we grew up on that, man. The 5 Deadly Venoms and, you know, all of that shit. Like, that was our shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we would go watch karate flicks every Saturday. Channel 9, whatever the shit came on. Channel 9, 11, 5, one of them corny channels. That shit always came on, though. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, niggas would go outside and act like they knew karate. But when niggas got finished acting like they knew karate, niggas started rapping. You know what I'm saying? Just standing on the corner rapping until niggas finally said, yo, let's have a battle in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So all those details I left out when I first wrote the book. So now all that shit is in there. I'm still writing this shit. I said, let me take my time with it. I'm not going to rush this shit. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, man. Just getting the story together. You know what I'm saying? The story of Onyx. You know, 4 niggas from Jamaica, Queens, who shifted fucking the whole culture. You know what I'm saying? We came in the game with Run DMC. Came in the game with Jam Master Jay. Come on, man. That shit was like a dream come true. And then niggas got into the movies, and because people don't know, I did the movie Strapped. I was actually filming the movie Strapped the same time we was creating Back the Fuck Up album. I was leaving the set from Strapped and going to the studio with Bokeem Woodbine. He was coming to the studio with me sometimes, right from the set to the studio. You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't get put on because I was a rapper. I was on, like, the Strap shit, that just happened. All that shit's in the book. All that shit is in it because that's the golden era of Back the Fuck Up, like 93, 94. You know what I'm saying? So the story of Back the Fuck Up book is being written, man. Just, you know, it's going to be one of those, and I'm writing it myself. I'm not hiring nobody to write it, doing long interviews, and no. I'm writing this shit, spelling errors, the whole shit. I'm doing everything by hand. You know what I'm saying? And it can only come from my vision because I'm the only one. It's me. This is my story. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure Sticky Fingers has his version of, you know, of how things played out. Suave got his version, and Big DS, who ain't here no more, who have his version. Yeah, man. Rest in peace to Big DS. Rest in peace to Shy Skills. Rest in peace to Jam Master Jay. They said Jam Master Jay trial for his murder is about to start. They like looking for jurors and all this shit. Somebody asked me how do I feel about that the other day, and I was like, you know, I remember the first day Jay told me to meet him with the Onyx demos. You know what I'm saying? We used to live in a building called Kennedy Plaza on Rockaway Boulevard, kind of like right by the airport, right behind Burger King. Rockaway Boulevard. There's a building called Kennedy Plaza. That was my second apartment. Because my first apartment was 102 in Brisbane by Liberty Ave, and that was right in front of it. Like, niggas was selling cracks right in front of my crib, straight up. Like, it was my crib, right in front of my crib, niggas was selling cracks. It looked like Night of the Living Dead, my first apartment. So that shit was crazy. Rest in peace to my nigga Tata. You know what I mean? Damn, man. Yeah, so they said they looking for the, they got the trial for Jam Master Jay, and somebody asked me how I feel about that shit. I feel like, you know, you can't bring Jay back. Jay was one of a kind, man. Like I said, if Jay was still alive, Jay would probably, he would have had the Dr. Dre headphones first. You know what I'm saying? He probably would have been a billionaire because he was innovative. Jay was the godfather of hip-hop. Show everybody how to dress, show everybody how to act, how to carry themselves as a hip-hop rapper, superstar. Niggas did movies, all that shit before anybody even thought about it. Superstar, you know what I'm saying? Hall of Famer. And speaking of Run DMC, and shout to Eric Blam. They got a documentary coming out. I was blessed to be a part of it. Tell my perspective. They asked me a lot of questions about Jay. You know, because I was around Jay a lot. Jay was like my big brother, man. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, shout to Run DMC. They got the documentary coming out. And I think they got a big performance at Madison Square Garden, if I'm not mistaken, coming up. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? We came in the game, Run DMC, and you're going to hear not all the stories, but a lot of things that, personal conversations that I had with Run. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, imagine yourself, 21 years old, trip going to Japan, sitting next to Run from Run DMC, you know, business class, got your feet up, champagne popping, stewardess fly, all that shit, and the conversations that we had. And I remember a lot of the conversation, and there was one particular part of the conversation I had with Run that I will never forget, and I wrote that in the book. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, there's a lot of people don't know, we actually, Onyx, we wrote a song for Run DMC, which to me is incredible to write a song for Run DMC. It's called Ooh, What You Wanna Do. Gunshots, what you heard of, gunshots, that's us. You know, we created that hook, the rhymes, yeah, and we were in the video too. And all that's in the book because that was part of the BACDAFUCUP movement. That was part of the movement. You know, Jay put us in the game, and we on tour with Run DMC. We on tour with Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, the Chronic tour. A lot of people don't know about the Chronic tour because it would have been one of the biggest tours in history. The Chronic tour. Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Dog Pound, Onyx, Run DMC, Boss, even Little Bow Wow. Little Bow Wow. See? Now, that's a detail that I think I forgot to write in the book. Little Bow Wow was on the Chronic tour. He was this little kid, him and his father. They would come out, you know, when people were like walking in, like, you know, they was the opener. And I remember Little Man was rhyming. I thought it was incredible because he was like 13 years old. When I started rapping in Baisley, I was 15. So I'm looking at this dude, 12, 11, 13, wherever he was, like, wow, this kid is rocking stadiums. This shit wasn't no, you know, the Dr. Dre, the Chronic tour, that shit was stadiums. So we saw Little Bow Wow, man. You know what I'm saying? Before Jermaine Dupri snatched him up. We saw him. And I'm glad I'm saying because I forgot now I got to write that in the book. See what I'm saying? These little details you be missing. You can't miss the details, man, because when you reading it, like you want to know even what was going on at the time. Because, you know, I can tell you a story about what we was doing, but what was going on around us. Like I said, when I was in Baisley Park rapping, 1986, 1987, it was the crack era. You know what I'm saying? It ain't, yo. If you never lived in the crack era, like the crack era, 86, 85, 83, 80, when crack was, I think, started like 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, all the way to like 89 is like the crack era. Like all that shit is niggas was fucked up. Niggas was selling drugs, driving in BMs, Saabs, convertible Saabs, Jettas, all rimmed out. Niggas was getting money. Crackheads all over the fuck, like walking zombies. We grew up in that shit. We had to navigate through the sidewalks and, you know, not get caught up in drug sweeps and, you know, because if you were standing on the corner, you know, after the cop got killed in Queens, Edward Burns, which was right up the street from the first barber shop I worked in, Lakewood and Inwood, Terry's and Joe's. It was like 1 block away. That's all in the story. This was going on while I'm coming up in South Jamaica, Queens, trying to figure out my way, you know what I'm saying, not to get locked up, but I had to stay fly, figure out a way to get money, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, I like women. I love women. I can see myself doing something to jeopardize that, like selling crack, going to jail, and being away from my, nah, you know what I'm saying? I even in the book, I even talk about losing my virginity. Like, all that's in there. All of that is in there. I try to put as much detail in this book as possible. That's why I'm still writing. That's why I haven't been fucking with this fucking Onyx podcast bullshit. But, yo, I'm going to tell you, when we get back from this little tour, we about to do a little tour. We going to Russia. Yes, we going to Russia. We got fans in Russia, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be out there. We're going to Switzerland, Geneva. When we get back, we're going to build something real crazy in LA and really dive into this podcast shit, because we got a lot to say. I got a lot to say. Sticky got a lot to say. You know, Johnny Vogas, the Zab Judas. We all around here. We all in the same, you know what I mean? So we're going to create something very special and keep it consistent, because that's the thing about social media and pod. You got to be consistent with this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I've been writing this book. I had to take a little break, but we back. We about to be talking about whatever's going on. Free Blueface. They lock Blueface up, man. Free Blueface. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we root for the villains over here. Yeah, man. That's all I got to say right now. It's called The Story of Back the Fuck Up. Make sure you go on onyxhq.com to look at all the tour dates coming up. We got a lot of tour dates popping up. So go on onyxhq.com for the tour dates. And I'm going to get back to writing this book, this Bow Wow shit. I just got to throw that in there when we talking about the Chronic Tour. And I will let you know the Chronic Tour didn't last that long because of, you got to read the book. It's crazy ass story, all right? So yeah, man, Onyx Podcast. Holla at your boy Joe Star. We vibing out, light up something, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still fucking with these beats. Still cooking. Peace.